Beat that entertainment.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of BTE TV. Today we have Christine Misfit Ferea from BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. She is the female champion, female fighter of the year in 2023. Christine, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just I'm out here in Texas right now. Um, I have I got the smile makeover on my teeth. You got all brand new, beautiful white teeth, and my girl's out there getting it right now. So I'm doing a little work with foster children as well with smile makeover here. So yeah, living life. I'm in the gym right now. I have to always get my work in so I don't get knocked out.
Mm-hmm. So what gym are you training out of right now?
Right now, Vegas Combat.
Okay. Now, is that where you're stationed at? You're stationed in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we typically do kind of a long form interview here. So we like to get the full experience of who you are as a person. So I wanted to start with your childhood, where you grew up, where you're from.
Okay.
So, just where you grew up.
Okay, yeah. I'm from the Bay Area, San Jose, California, Modesto, California, originally till I was about 18 years old. Oh no, I'm sorry, about 14 years old. Then I moved to Modesto, and the Bay Area was cool. Then we moved to the 209, and that's when shit got crazy for me. And we said we were from San Jose, da 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 da. So then that started gang shit that we weren't even aware of at that time. And then so we ended up having to fight all the time and got involved in some other stuff, me and my brother. So yeah, that's where I started my fighting career.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering is what your childhood was like, because it's kind of an unusual career for a female. So I assume you had maybe a little rough upbringing.
Yeah, I guess, I've always been like a really competitive, aggressive girl, you can call. I say competitive. Other people say aggressive, right? Or whatever you want to call it. Um, so I just think that me, especially when we moved, and then people challenge me in that way, I'm not the type of person to back down. My brother was more of the guy who was like, no, I don't want to fight. I was like, bro, get out there and fight those fools because you're gonna get punked every single day. Like I don't want to say I made him fight, but I kind of did because I didn't want him to get bullied. So I was like, dude, you've got to stand up for yourself. Do I look back and was that the right decision? Probably not, but I was young too, and I thought I was doing what was right. Um, I was drinking 40s at age 13, smoking blunts. That was like the drug of choice was alcohol and marijuana, whatever you want to call it. Drinking 40s bigger than me, so yeah, my upbringing was kind of crazy. I had like, I guess, a social anxiety type thing. I'm kind of shy, so the alcohol would make me not shy, and I would talk to people, and just like normal people go out and party and have fun, and I'm just like sitting over here all quiet. But when I drank, nothing mattered, and I would talk to anybody. So that was kind of like my early years. I was a little alcoholic, I guess, by age like 13, 14 years old. And then again, we moved over to Modesto, and then it got worse. And then we met people of the same, in the same position, little misfits, I guess. That's why I'm misfit, little misfits just like me. We all came together and protected each other, drank together, partied together, experienced life together, made sure that we are all confident together. I guess that's what we were doing, not knowing what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of tap into like training. One of my friends was training to fight. I kind of went in the gym and I was like, oh, this is weird. So at like 14, 15, and so I didn't go that route, like in the training way. I did more of street fighting, and I hung around with a lot of guys. So like if my brother was getting stomped out, then I would jump in, and like if there were girls there, I would fight her or fight them. And then I ended up getting locked up at 18. I fought this girl, and a guy got in the middle of it, or her boyfriend, and then I had a weapon and used that. So it was a crazy life. Then it was right when I turned 18. So then I got locked up for like a year. And then like from about 18 to 21, 22, I was in and out of jail doing dumb stuff. And then I found fighting. Like I was sitting on the yard one day and I was like looking around. I was like, dude, there's like it's all a bunch of dope fiends in there. And like they're older. They were like, I was 18, they're like 40, 35, 50 years old, just no teeth, just going in and out of jail. And I was like, dude, this is not what I thought. Like respect and the party life and what I thought it was, right? So I was like, dude, I'm done. So I got out, went to college, went to the gym. I wanted a nicer body. And then I went to go get a personal trainer, and that was going to be like $5,000 or something. I was like, I want abs and this, and I want nutrition. And I found out that was way too expensive for me. And there was a fight gym in there, and I see the girls in there. They're like little Filipino girls, and I was like, oh, I can whip their ass, and I want a good, nice body. And all fighters have nice bodies, so um, I went in there, fucked around, found out I couldn't fight. Got beat up by little 5'2" girls. So that's when the coaches in there and stuff saw my tenacity and my aggression, and they're just like, dude, you just get your ass whipped every day and don't even care. And they threw me in a fight, my very first fight in like 3 months. So I went to my first amateur fight. 3 months in, I went undefeated, 14-0 as a Muay Thai fighter throughout that career. And so that's kind of like the beginning of my combat sports journey. And then Muay Thai, Muay Thai isn't very big in the States. There's not very many promotions that would fight me. So I was sitting around a lot. So I was like, okay, let me do MMA. It's getting bigger. Tapped into that a little bit. I did well. My very first fight, I knocked out the girl in like 28 seconds. And my second fight, I think I went the distance. And then I had another knockout. And then I think I got beat by a ground girl who just kept me pinned down. And then I got another 20-second knockout in King of the Cage. Then I went pro. Muay Thai knocked her out in the third round. And then when I went pro, I was going to retire because I couldn't find fights. Again, I couldn't find fights as a pro. I've always had a problem finding fights.
So how long were you in it at this point before you went pro?
Probably like 8 years. Let's see. I was about 21, 22 when I started my amateur. I went pro in 2015, so a long time.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I should have went pro a little sooner. I don't know why they did that. I'm not gonna, I'm cool with all my coaches. I don't want to put anything on them. I believe, looking back now, I should have went pro prior to, but everything happens for a reason. So I'm in the position I'm in. I'm doing great. So I don't know why I didn't go pro quicker. But from that point of the Muay Thai into MMA, I had a little break in between. I was like, okay, I can't find fights. No one's fighting me. I just had a 20-second knockout as an amateur MMA, and then I went pro Muay Thai, and the promotion that Lion Fight didn't call me back. Probably my image wasn't what they wanted. I don't know. I went 13-0 with them, and then a 1-0 as a pro. I'm chalking it up to my personality wasn't great at the time, and my image wasn't great. So, I was talking about this girl. I was like, hey, I'm done. I'm done with fighting. I'm sitting around. I'm training all the time. I'm dieting, and like, there's no competition. Nobody's calling me. And then she came out of the blue. She was like, don't quit, don't quit. And I was like, no, I'm quitting. I'm done. So I started drinking, partying a little bit. And they called me. They're like, hey, you wanted to have your pro debut for Invicta. And I was like, yeah. But I was probably like 150 pounds. I fight at 125. I was just screwing up. And I took the fight 3-week notice against Rachel Ostovich, and I was expected to lose. I was the underdog, and I'm sure they knew that I wasn't doing anything and I was overweight. And I called the guy, Jason Tafoya, in Utah, and I was in California at the time. And I said, hey, will you train me for this fight? And he's like, yeah, come up. So I did a 10-hour drive from the Salt Lake or Ogden, Utah, and he trained me for 3 weeks, got me down to 125. It was hell. I got so sick in the middle of that, dude. It was the worst ever preparation, and it was snowing at the time. It was just cold. I was not used to that. My first time in the snow. And I got down to my weight and knocked her out with a head kick.
There you go.
Yeah. So that catapulted me, and then they're like, "Oh my God, she just beat Rachel Ostovich." So they set me up for another fight, and that was against 5-time world champion Tiffany Van Soos, and she's Glory kickboxing champion. And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want that fight! Like that's a world champion, you know." And they made me drop down to 115 for that fight, which was insane for me. Like for me to drop down to 115. But I did it because I wanted the opportunity with her. Like I don't think she would have took it fought me at 125 anyway. Dropped down. She ended up edging me out on decision on that. And then I fought Karina Rodriguez from from Mexico City. She ended up edging me out by boxing. So that's what got me into boxing. So that fight, I broke my hand, and I got edged out because her boxing was just a little bit better than me because I was a Muay Thai fighter. So, it's big punches and it's just hard power and big. So I was like, okay, I need to sharpen up my hands to get better at this. And that's when I got into boxing, and that's when Bare Knuckle called me. Bare Knuckle called me, and I was in the boxing gym. And at first I was like, dude, no, I don't want to do a bare knuckle fight, underground fight. I thought it was underground, didn't think it was real, thought it was, bets were going to be put on us. It wasn't going to be on my record. It wasn't commissioned, and it was illegal. So I was like, nah, man, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it mainstream. I can go get in a fight in a bar somewhere or something, So I didn't. At first I said no, and then I saw Beck Rawlings, get in there, and I was like, oh, okay, this is real. This is commissioned. This is trustworthy. And I called him back, and I was like, yo, I want to fight, but I want to fight Beck. And so I was trying to get that fight since day one. He's like, you want to fight Beck? I was like, yeah, I want to fight Beck.
What year is this? When BKFC?
That was 2017.
Okay, so they weren't what they.
Oh no, 18. I'm sorry, 18.
Right. They was just starting out. They was just.
Yeah, that was supposed to be on BKFC 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so Beck wouldn't fight me. They were declining to fight me. And then so they set me up for a fight, and my first fight fell through. So one of the girls that I was lined up to fight at BKFC 2, one of her really good friends trained with me at the gym, and she came up to me, she's like, hey, are you supposed to fight blah blah blah? And I was like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, I'm not letting her fight you. And I was like, no. I was like, look. I was like, no, it's cool. I was trying to talk her into. I was like, look, I'm gonna be cool. So she ended up telling her friend, don't fight. And I tried to tell the promotion, I was like, look, dude, the girl that you want me to fight isn't gonna fight me. I'm telling you right now. And they're like, how do you know? And I was like, bro, I know. So they didn't believe me. So the girl never even updated them that she wasn't gonna fight me. So I continued to get ready. And then I flew out there, and the girl didn't show up. So what they tried to do is they tried to replace her last minute. So they got another girl that replaced her last minute. And the girl came in, weighed in. I was like, cool, they got a replacement. But the girl didn't notify the promotion that she had been suspended about a month or 3 weeks prior to for being knocked out. So then that fight got canceled. But they paid me. The thing is, they paid me my full purse to come out there. So I was disappointed, but I got paid.
Right.
So when did you make your debut in BKFC?
2018. Probably I think a few months later. At BKFC 3. So I fought the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you feel so. Right now you're on a tear. So, what I was thinking was you and Mike Perry are literally you guys was built for BKFC.
Yeah, we are.
It's crazy. And with so you fought on the Luke Rockhold and Mike Perry card.
Yeah.
Against Beck Rollins, right?
Yes.
Now, you got an opponent next that you are like already scheduled to fight or no?
For now, no. Well, I'm hoping Cyborg. You know, I called out Cyborg. I'm just waiting on the promotion. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just staying ready. I know I'm going to be fighting like April, May ish, so I'm staying ready for that. Hopefully it's Cyborg. Hopefully they can seal that deal. She has a fight coming up this weekend, so we'll see how she does and what happens from there. If not, then hopefully I can fight like Jod. Jod is number one right now, and I feel like she has a lot of power, so it would be a fun fight and a little dangerous for me because first of all, it doesn't matter the skill level. If you get caught with a big shot in bare knuckle, you can get dropped by anybody.
So what weight are you wanting to fight Cyborg at?
Well, she can't get under 145, so I would have to. I mean, I would try to drain her at 140. If she can get down to 135, that'd be even better. 140. But if she can't, I'll fight her at 145. That's fine. I know she can get down to 145.
Now, so your plans are to fight Cyborg next. Now, has BKFC, have they reached out to her to try to get that fight going?
To my knowledge, yes. So I've talked with David Feldman. He said that he's doing that right now. He's working on it. So I don't know. I don't bug them. Like I kind of like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, okay, cool. You're working on that. Right on. I'm gonna do me. You do you. Let's. He's gonna take care of me.
So you're just down to fight anybody though. Like if that fight
Absolutely.
Just down to.
We were kind of running out.
Yeah. And I want to do something big. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm running through a lot of these girls. There's something in me that a lot of girls don't have. I don't want to say it doesn't even matter girls or guys. There's just something in me that I just have this huge hunger and fire for greatness. So I don't think anybody can match that. And no matter how big you are, as long as you're a female, I believe that I have a chance. And Cyborg's extremely a lot bigger than me and extremely stronger than me. But I feel like I know how to negate that. I've been sparring men my whole career and bigger guys than me. So I know how to work against that. And I know how to stay out of Power's way when I need to,
Well, I was talking to my father-in-law about this interview, and he had a question. He wanted me to ask you what you think about biological men fighting in female sports, or not just competing in female sports in general, not necessarily.
That's insanity.
Right.
Insanity. I've been sparring men my whole career, and I had when I first went to boxing. Gil Martinez looked at me out. He's like, how tall are you? 5'6". How much you weigh? 135, 40. He's like, you'll spar my 13-year-old. And I'm like, the disrespect, right? You're gonna have me spar a kid. And this kid, little boy, came in and I had to fight him like a grown ass person, right, because this fool would have knocked me out if I didn't. So just and he's an elite level 13-year-old boxer at the time. He's older now, but the differences in men and women are huge no matter what. Like men's lungs, ribs are shaped bigger, so your lungs expand more. You get more oxygen to your muscles. You guys have denser bone mass, bigger muscles. There's just science, and it doesn't mean I'm any less of an athlete if I'm standing next to or I'm in the ring with a man. That is it's just biology. We will never compare. If I fight a 125, if I fight John Dodson, he's probably like to here to me, right to my nose. That dude would knock me out quick. For the speed, the explosion, the power, the speed, all that would demolish me no matter how tough I am. It's ridiculous that that's even considered. I can't believe that people are even arguing that. I might be better. I might be a better fighter or a better boxer than another dude. I have more technique. I have more mechanics. I'm smarter. I have higher IQ. All that. But one punch, I could punch him 50 times and him take that damage just because of the density and the resilience that dudes have. And to his one punch to me might crush my face. There's just a huge strength difference,
It's unfair to women.
Very unfair. I would never sign up for that.
Yeah, I agree. So you've been around in this sport for a while. Have you ever dealt with any hate from people not wanting women to compete in the sport?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I've ran across it, and I hear some guys, say that. Who else has said it? I just read something that I was a fan of this guy too, and then he said women shouldn't be fighting. I forgot who it was. Someone in MMA. It's just weird. Like Khabib, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, like, we're just trying to be athletes ourselves. And if some people are born fighters inside, we're aggressive, or that we have that desire. It shouldn't matter about the gender, as long as we're respectful. We're not out hurting people, and we're just we're sportsmanlike. There shouldn't be an issue with that,
So it's not really ever
in
been
my
a
opinion.
problem for you?
Huh?
Never was really a problem for you, as far as.
I didn't pay attention to it. I'm tomboy and my hair was a lot shorter back then. So like a lot of dudes would be like, oh, you're trying to be a man. And I'm like, so I got a lot of discrimination in that way. And a lot of people wouldn't help me. But I mean, that never stopped me. But yeah, I've experienced that stuff, but I don't care.
No, I remember when it first became a thing that females was in fight sports. I was looking at I was trying to hear arguments from both sides, because I was
Right.
like, it's kind of strange, but after seeing it for so many years now, it's like, oh, that's just normal.
Yeah, Dana White hated
Right.
it.
Yeah.
White said
Yeah.
they never allow females to fight in the UFC.
Mm.
And then I think a couple months later, he signed Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah. Money.
Yes. Yeah. I love Rhonda for that. I have to always, give her respect for that, because she did help us break through and stuff. And there's just so many macho dudes that just, I don't understand it, because for me, like even for the trannies or whatever, there's a promotion for that. They literally, I know the guy who made the promotion that's going right now. I don't know the name of it. I need to know the name of it so I can start saying it so people will go there instead. But I mean, I don't hate on that. If you want to do that, okay, cool. But there's a promotion for you. Like, I'm not going to hate on anybody, male, female.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I think that's what they should do with all sports. If the transgenders want to compete, I think they should compete.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
New Line Cage Fighting, they got that Brittany Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a girl now, but she still goes out there and fights men, and she fights. I watched.
But that's because another thing. He's a girl now. He did the whole transition, but you could see that she is able to stand up to a man because the genetics are always going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, so that's like a proven thing. Like, okay, that's where they should look. Like, dude, like this guy went to girl, but still fighting guys and surviving. So, I mean, look at that.
I don't think it's fair that guys can, get their junk to fight women. I think
in any sport, whether it be basketball, swimming,
right.
So just crazy. I didn't want to stay on this topic too long. It was just something about. So your training right now is. I heard you say in an interview that you spar men pretty frequently. I assume, is that something that is typical with female fighters to spar men?
Yeah. It's there's not a lot. There hasn't been a lot of women, so we've always had to spar men, right? I mean, there's more women now, but I think I want to always have a problem in my sparring. Yeah. Always. I mean, there's a lot of girls out there that could probably whip my ass in boxing if we spar, but I want to. With dudes, it's just they're always one step ahead. They're always faster. They always have more endurance, more stamina. So I always want to. I don't want to win in the gym. I want to win on fight night. You know, so in the gym, you'll see me, and I'm tired all the time, and I'm always getting wrecked. You know, but when you see me fight night, I'm dominating.
Yeah.
And I don't care what I look like in the gym. A lot of people got to look good in the gym. There, you got that ego. But for me, I put myself through hell, and I don't want to win anything in my training. And that's helped me be super mentally strong because it weighs on you because every sparring session is just so hard. And you know you're going into that knowing that I probably can't knock this dude out, or like if I want to back him up, I have to do a lot. You know, if he's putting a lot of pressure on me, I'm gonna have to do 50 times more than I would have to do with a female. With a female, I'll like throw a hard right hand, left hook or something, or a nice hard liver shot, and then I'll get my break. But with a dude, he's just gonna walk through most of my stuff. So I don't get that break, and I have the constant pressure. So I do prefer the men, and I have never brought a girl into my camp once.
Yeah.
Is there a dream training partner that's a male that you want to work with? Like you've always wanted to that you haven't got to yet?
A fighter. I want to work with David Goggins. I know, but a fighter. I mean, there's tons of dudes that I love working with now. Like my sparring partner now, I've had him since the beginning of bare knuckle falls. So just I just love guys that work super hard and they have a positive, work ethic and strong work ethic. Those are my dream partners. You know what I mean? Just positive, hard workers. That's pretty much. But I don't have like a specific person that I want.
So you ain't got like no one in mind like that you want to go get work in with, like someone that you want to spar. I'm talking about like a dude that you can go spar with and just get like some good work in. So you said you're from Cali.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ain't ever
Right.
Have you ever trained with like the Diaz bros or anything?
Oh, I guess that would be cool. I would love to train with the Diaz brothers for sure. They would be cool. Yeah, they're 209 boys, so I'd like to see like how they would work with me and stuff like that.
Yeah. See that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that Nick. You know what I mean? I think it'd be cool to train with Nick. I like Nick.
Yeah. I think he's just. I've met him a couple times. One of my friends her stepson was really close with Nick and Nate, so I met him a couple times at her house, and super cool. It was brief. But to train with him, I think he does bring a different intensity.
What's your favorite cheat meal?
I love. I don't even know what it's called. I love pho. Pho is what I guess such a cheat meal for me. Is the soup, the pho, and then like the spicy crab in a bag with the shrimp.
Are you talking about a seafood boil?
Yeah, I love that too. Those are kind of like my cheat meals.
Barely a cheat meal.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's barely a cheat.
Well, because I eat the rice with it. I eat like white rice with it.
Yeah.
So I guess
around.
I can't smell a taste.
Why?
COVID took it in 2020.
You never got it back?
Never.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's terrible. It didn't bother me the first couple years. If this is the first year where I'm like eating stuff is so hard. My nutritionist, I had her change up my whole diet. Like I can't. It's just like the texture of chicken. I can't stand now. Like I can't even really taste it. So can you imagine eating a chicken breast that you can't taste?
Well, I taste and smell when I got COVID, but it was I feel like maybe a month, and then it was bad.
Yeah.
Things did taste different at first, but now I feel like everything tastes normal again. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think
I can't.
I don't think I've got it.
Huh?
I don't think I ever got COVID.
Oh, that's good.
I was out partying and everything. I was surprised I never did get it. Yeah.
I was working and everything. I got a job. Like I couldn't sit in the house, dude. So I went and got a job at a grocery store, and I'm an active person. And I was like, dude, I can't like sit here. So I just went and got a job at the street, and I wasn't tripping on it either. I was doing whatever, but I ended up getting it. I worked even after I had it and stuff like that, but I'm still not worried about it. It just took my smell and taste though.
You can't taste like no food that you eat at all.
I know when, if you don't remember, like you'll know when something's sweet, you'll know when something's spicy, but you don't get the details of it. Like I know, huh?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So yeah, so you won't even you don't need a cheat meal at this point because you can't taste it to cheat.
Right.
Yeah, so like now at this point, I'm like, whoa, yeah, I like spicy soup because I could like feel it. I think, you know what I'm saying? So it's spicy. Yeah.
What's an average day like for you when you're not fighting, when you're not training, just a normal day?
I train every day. So I'll take I'll take one day off a week, depending if I had like a hard 2-3 days, I might take a day off. But Wednesday, if I feel great, Monday through Saturday, I'll take Sunday off. But I try to train every day. I like to do Uber in between too. I'll work for Uber. Just it keeps me for once not spending money. When I'm working, I'm not spending money. When I'm in the gym, I'm not spending money. Um, I'm with a girl that has 3 kids, so I mean I'm pretty busy there now. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna start training them too. They're 4 and 5-year-old little boys. And then she has a 16-year-old that I'm gonna start training too. So we just kind of moved in together about 6 months ago. We're kind of getting adjusted to each other and, get the kids used to the dynamic and stuff like that. So now I can start, working the boxing in with them and the discipline of that and the fun of that.
Now that you're on top of your sport, like you're the queen of BKFC, how much has your life changed from before?
Oh yeah, dude. I have a lot more opportunities. Have a lot, the platform that I wanted, from the beginning, from where I came from, just being a misfit, being crazy, a lot of people just want to lock you up and throw you away, don't pay attention to you. So I wanted to build a platform that, people would respect me and be able to listen to my message and know that there's a way out. You can overcome your bullshit, your obstacles, no matter where you come from. So I'm getting to that point, and then, coming out here, being able to work with the foster kids and just reach out to, I'm a person that likes to help build and motivate. I probably do motivational speaking later and definitely going to be a coach later. I just, the opportunities are just way huge, way bigger now. I'm getting everything that I saw everyone else get when I was at the bottom. Like, oh, they get these sponsorship, they're getting this, they're getting that. I could stay home and not work, but I'm not that type. I've always been a workhorse, so I have sponsors at this point that I don't have to work. I can sit at home and rest all day if I wanted, but I don't like to do that. I want to be out there networking and taking advantage of the opportunities I have. And while I'm on top, I'm able to reach people that wouldn't listen if I wasn't in the position I'm in. The youngsters are like, oh, like the 16-year-old I have at home, like her little friends are like, oh, shit, you're so cool, all this, and I'm like, but then I can give them a message in that, you know what I mean? That's one of my passions.
Now, do you see like the end of the tunnel for for fighting? Like, do you see do you have your path laid out for what you want to accomplish, and then what you want to do after you retire?
Yeah, coaching, motivational speaking, those are probably the things I'll be doing. We never know where life is going to take us and what direction we're going to go. It could change. I could go a whole opposite way. I don't know. But right now, the plans that I have are being a coach, motivational speaking, stuff along those lines.
You ain't ever thought about like trying to get into acting, nothing like that?
I'm open to it.
Because once you guys get up there, and then you get well known like how you are now,
right?
Like a lot of those type of opportunities come out whenever you get they'll come out like fighting movies and stuff. You guys them type of roles and stuff because you got the look of a female that
Yeah.
they fighting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it for sure. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see.
Definitely. I would definitely be open to that. If that presented itself, I would definitely be in it. I just got offered a reality show deal. I haven't 100% looked into it. I just got briefed on it, like very, very lightly briefed on it. So I know it has to do with like $1 million payday. So I'm like, wait, I might be interested in that. So that just got presented as well. But yeah, there's acting, there's reality shows and stuff like that. I'm open to.
What is the coolest thing since all this has happened? What's the coolest thing that you've got to do so far, or like the coolest person you've met?
Mayweather.
Got to be Mayweather.
Yeah, on my birthday, my girl got me. I don't know how she did it, got to him, but she got me to be able to kick it with him on my birthday, and I was like, "Ooh, that's crazy."
That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, you have a favorite boxer? Is he your
I
favorite?
have a few. Yeah, the Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard. I love Canelo. Uh, those are pretty much the three that I like to focus on, and I have a lot of respect for many. Oh, Mike Tyson. Sorry, Mike Tyson was my first, the
Oh,
first guy that.
you think Mike Tyson was the greatest ever?
And these guys are so great that I just. How are you supposed to like Sugar Ray Leonard? Was great. His speed, his footwork, the way he came back in fights. Like you would lose for like 3-4 rounds and then come back and just destroy somebody, or lose like 6 rounds and destroy somebody. This the timing, the counters that Mayweather has. There's just so many differences. Like the greatest of all time, I don't know. Like I can't determine that, but I just know these are great men. Great athletes.
Two people that in my opinion, my two favorites are Muhammad Ali and Roy Jones Jr. I feel like Roy Jones Jr. don't get enough credit for how great he was.
So
yeah.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's very. He's his own. That's for sure.
Yeah. Roy Jones, he was amazing. So, what about your GOAT list for MMA? You got a GOAT list for MMA?
I really love. I'm like the old school, so I love like Anderson Silva. I love. I like Valentina. I like Amanda. Um, but let's see. Anderson Silva was my guy when I was watching MMA.
Who was?
Anderson Silva. I like him a lot.
You see that they're talking about Mark Hunt coming to BKFC?
Yeah. He's dope. That's gonna be insane. Even though I heard he's been active in boxing over in his country.
Yeah,
So I was just like, well, I was talking to someone. I was like, dude, he's like, Mark Hunt's coming back. I was like, oh man, like he's been inactive for a minute. Like being inactive at that age is like hard to come back. But I heard he's been active. So if that's the case, then people are in trouble.
Yeah, Mark Hunt and BKFC would be crazy.
Oh my God, yeah.
So let's say that you get this Cyborg fight, right? What happens after that?
I mean, I'm definitely not staying at 145. That's huge. Like I'll only go to 145 for the Cyborg. 135. I want a belt in 135. I want to be champ. Of course, I just want to be able to. I want to do as many things as I can before I go to leave a high standard for the next to try and beat me. So that's what I'm trying to do. I want to be the best that ever did it and the most aggressive, crazy, feared female on the planet when it comes to bare knuckles. So that's my attempt. I'll go down to 135 and wipe all of them out too. So if I can wipe out the 125 and the 135, that's insane, and I think I could do it.
Yeah. So do you have any advice for females coming up in combat sports or females in general?
Just, train hard, focus on the fight first, focus on that OnlyFans marketing bullshit second. We all have to market ourselves, and that's extremely important. But you always have to put the fight first. I just see a lot of concern about the appearance, and that's great. We all need to worry about that, but go hard, in athletics and push yourself. And from the inside out, you're gonna shine. You know what I mean? That's what comes first. That's my suggestion. And don't give up. Don't let no man, no woman, nobody, doesn't matter. Don't let anybody stop you from your dreams. Keep pushing. And if you guys need any advice or support, I'm here for the women.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is there anything else you want to touch on? Anything you want to talk about?
No, I mean, let's everybody push for the Cyborg fight. Everybody that's a fan of mine or anybody that wants to, if they hate me, go tag Cyborg to beat my ass. Let's get this. The bigger it gets and the more people push for that fight, the more she's going to be interested, and the more the promotion is going to push the fight. And I think it'll be crazy because I'm used to being the feared one, right? So this here is something I get to test myself against someone that's much bigger, much stronger than me. And I want to see how I do in that position. Like, how am I gonna, this is what my opponents pretty much have to go against, like when they're fighting me, like against all odds. And I wanna feel that. So if you hate me, go tag Cyborg to beat my ass. And if you love me, go put my name on all her posts and tag BKFC at the same time.
So you start some social media drama. You gotta just do the social media thing, keep calling her out. You know what I mean? Start the drama on there.
Yeah. I'm addressing it respectfully at the moment. Let's see if I can get this respectfully. That's how I always start every call out. I'm like, hey, you want to fight me? And if you run for me, then I start poking. So I haven't got to that point yet, but I will. I think I'm going to show up at her fight this weekend in LA.
That's what I would do. So who's she fighting this weekend?
I forgot the girl's name. I don't know.
What promotion is she in? Because Bellator got bought out. So what promotion is she in right now?
Oh, she's the PFL, but she's fighting a boxing fight.
Oh, she's boxing?
Yeah, she's boxing.
Oh, so she ain't even. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to show up to that boxing fight I believe it's Saturday. I'm pretty sure it's this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, I thought because I was going to say, since Bellator got bought out, they got bought by the PFL. So yeah, I mean, did she get signed to the PFL? Like, did she sign?
Yeah. She's with PFL. Yeah. But I mean, Cyborg runs shit, so I don't think if she wants to do something, I think she's gonna do it.
Yeah, just create enough noise around it.
Yeah, Francis Ngannou signed with the PFL too, but he's out here boxing. He ain't even doing MMA right now.
Yeah.
Who you think's winning out of Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua?
Wait, say that again?
Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua. Who you think's who's winning that?
Man, I mean, Ngannou, he looked. I don't know what was up with the last fight. I didn't expect him to do that. So I mean, I can't even say. I would always say that a boxer is gonna destroy the MMA guy, but in a boxing fight, right? Ngannou's power is amazing. Like, I don't know. I mean, Joshua, I feel like should come out on top, but with Ngannou, his skills and how he's progressed in quickly, to a boxing match, we'll see. Because I mean, no one had seen him prior to, so they had nothing to study. So now they have something to study. It might go a little different for him this time, because I think the last fight he just underestimated him and didn't expect that smart of a fight from him. I think he thought he was just gonna blow himself out and go crazy, do MMA shit, So we'll see. I don't know.
Yes, him against Tyson Fury surprised me, just because every time I've watched Francis fight, it was some wild. He just threw.
Right.
Yeah, it surprised me. And I don't know. I think that with Joshua's more hittable than Tyson Fury. He's already been stopped.
Yeah.
But I think he has more power than Tyson Fury. So that fight, and he does have really Chris.
Right.
So that fight right there, I think it's going to be a real good one if Francis comes into that fight the same way he came into the Tyson Fury fight. But
I don't think Fury really gave a shit about defense that fight. Like, I mean, he did, but he didn't. I feel like Joshua was gonna, like I said, they didn't have anything to study prior to in a boxing. I think it's going to be a lot different in the study. Joshua knows kind of how he moves now in a boxing fight. So I think that's going to play a part as well. If they game plan right, they can definitely beat him. But that's the same time, we don't know how much Ngannou's improving over his last fight. So it can go either way. He's so strong. Like, he throws one punch, that dude could be done.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. So a lot of fighters say that they're not real big into the fights, where like they don't watch fights and stuff. Are you a fight fanatic? Like, you watch all the fights and stuff, or no? Or do you just like?
Oh no, no. So I've never heard that before. That the fighters, I don't feel bad now because I don't watch all the fights or anything. Like, when I'm in fight camp, I go like right now I'll watch a Sugar Ray. I watch old, like the Four Kings. That's who I watch. I don't watch like the current. I like the old boxing grit and style. But they're like, when Valentina fights, I don't watch much at MMA, but if Valentina fights or Amanda, let's see, I'll watch a few of the guys. I can't get name them off the top of my head right now for MMA. Some guys I'll watch, and certain fights in BKFC when they're friends of mine or something, I'll support their fights and I'll watch them. But I'm not. When I become a coach, I think I'll be more into that. You know what I'm saying? And I have to study more from the coach end and watch their opponents and watch up and comers and blah blah blah. But right now I'm selfish and I focus on myself a lot, you know, and what I have to do. And I'm in the gyms all the time, so I'm engulfed in fighting all day or half the day, you know, in the gym. It's hard to go home and watch the same thing.
Yeah, see, like I was just watching the interview on Sean Strickland earlier today, actually, and he was talking about it. He was talking about how you don't watch fights and stuff. A lot of fighters don't watch fights, and I just think it's crazy. I mean, not really, because I mean, it's work to y'all. So I mean, I get it.
I mean, it's still a passion. It's still passion. I used to watch fights a lot though. Like, I would study a lot, but I get it. I'm 100% obsessed. And I have to have I don't have a balance, but I do. Like, if I'm at home, I'm resting, or I like a lot of like mind work. I watch a lot of mind work stuff because I feel fighting is 99% mental, 1% physical. You know, I believe that if you don't have it in your mind to have that strength and that grit to push through pain and adversity, you can't even throw a punch. If I'm too scared or I'm too hurt to know how to work when I'm in pain, I'm not going to be able to work. So I feel like my past couple years have been more focused on the psychological end and the mental part.
So what motivates you to keep fighting?
I just, at the point I'm at right now, and I wasn't offered an opportunity younger, you know, to get world title shots and to be taken seriously. So I got taken seriously at an older age, and I got my opportunity at this age. And so right now it's my journey. It's my pursuit. I don't stop when I'm at the top. I'm trying to get better and do better and outdo my last performance. So everything, I just try to be 1% better every day. Try to have a way bigger performance than the previous, you know, and beat better opponents. And I have to keep training and get better to be able to do that.
Yeah. So how many fights do you plan on having this year in 2024?
I wish I could have 4 or 5, but I'll probably have 2.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything you want to read?
No, that was it.
Thank you so much for coming on. Honestly, I feel like we had a good talk, good interview. We got to know you. Well, good luck with the Cyborg fight.
Thank you.
I'm gonna clip that part and I'm gonna post it on everything. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna do as much as we can, obviously.
Thank you.
Try to start some drama.
Yeah, we'll try to start some drama.
Yeah, I think she, nobody who calls out Cyborg. Who calls out Cyborg? I haven't seen anybody.
I think honestly, I think it might be pretty easy to get the fight. I heard that y'all's boss pays really well. So I mean, if money's what he's wanting, he pays.
Exactly.
And then also you being her being the bigger woman, she might think it's a fight. But yeah, them bare knuckles are way different than them gloves.
Oh yeah.
So I think that really I think this fight can actually happen.
I mean, the
I
ego
do too.
out.
Yeah, getting called out, and then Cyborg, and that right there, Cyborg is on my women's GOAT list as well. So I mean,
absolutely. Oh yeah, definitely. She's GOAT. She's, you know what I'm saying. I've had nothing but respect for her. But when we signed the dotted line, and she's the enemy. But I've always looked up to her and admired her journey, and she's had a lot of hardships in this sport. So it's all love. But what I want to beat her and I want to fight her. So it's different at that time and it's different at this time right now. But when it's all said and done, it's all respect. You know what I'm saying? She's always going to be a person that I admire. You know what I'm saying? But like when I sign the dotted line, all that is poof, gone away for the time. Yeah.
Hopefully you get that fight and hopefully you kick her ass. You know what I mean? Which
I will.
Yeah, I love Cyborg, but you know what I mean? I would like to see you get that fight and you win that fight because that'd be super huge for you.
Yeah, it would.
Well, we'll let you go. Good luck with everything you're doing. Go to that fight this weekend. Call her out, get that fight, and kick her ass first. You know what I mean?
All right, I got you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yep.